I asked you on Instagram to send me your WTF and weird moments in Finland and with Finnish people. And today I'm going to read and react to those, so very funny stuff coming up. Let's go. August 2014, my first time in Finland. I arrived at Helsinki around midnight. My boyfriend picked me up and we slowly drove through the night to Tampere. We were in Hämeenlinna between 2 and 3 a.m. and on some bus stop in the city center we saw a girl giving a BJ to some guy. That would be it for the first 2 hours in Finland. Believe it or not, but Finns can be kind of naughty people, even if they seem kind of shy and reserved, but believe me guys, deep inside they can do pretty nasty stuff. There's some people who just want to do things in public. Here's my WTF moment in Finland. Going to a Finnish gas/petrol station to fill up my rental, only to find out my international credit card cannot be used at the station. Ooh! They only take credit cards issued by a Finnish bank. Good thing I had euros to pay with. WTF. Well, this is definitely a WTF because Finland is a very credit and debit card oriented country. We rarely use cash. For example, I never have cash on me. And we always pay everything with card or with mobile apps nowadays. But this was in 2010, like more than 10 years ago, so I think things weren't like as advanced as they are today. If there was a place where you couldn't pay with card, that would be weird. I was chatting live with a Finn dude. He just jumped into an ice hole on a frozen lake with his butt and all out. I didn't expect to be seeing his butt and the front at almost my first live chat. I think we have already concluded that the less clothes Finns wear, the more social they get. Are you finding this video useful? Hit thumbs up. In the summer of 2009, I was about to visit Finland with some of my colleagues for some courses in education. That was the second part of the project and the first one was done in my country in Middle East. Before both parts, I have been reading about Finland as a country, people, society, do's and don'ts and so on. I like the premise. One lovely evening in Helsinki, the delegation was invited to a beautiful fine restaurant. There was a very long table. We would face each other, chatting about general topics, waiting for food. I'm used to all Finns and their roles from the organization we were dealing with, except that tall gentleman. So there was a tall gentleman out there, unknown. My fellow citizen friend was in front of me and that unknown man was next to him. I was talking with him, laughing and having a good time. Then I made the dumbest comment in my life. Excuse me, are you the coordinator of this project? He was calm and polite. He smirked and said, no, I am the president of the organization. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed. My friend was looking at me, holding back his laughter. He was the second most person in that organization. In my country, this is not so common. People of certain status are often spotted easily. And this is a great story, first of all. And it really tells about the Finnish culture in terms of social status and position. And just like we heard, the president was just like any other person in that event. And he wasn't dressed any more fancily or he didn't have any other like a status symbol that would definitely point out that he is the president. He was just like anyone else, and that is very typical in Finnish business and stuff, because we are like very equal and we don't really have that hierarchy, like visible hierarchy, and I think it's very good stuff. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments. When a boy that I just met invited me to the sauna naked at the same night. Yeah, you know, in Finland we don't do Netflix and chill, we do sauna and chill. I stay at my friend's house and I was meeting his family and we went to his grandmother's house and we had fun even though grandma doesn't speak English. I am Spanish, by the way. Everything was perfect until we left her house with my friend and his mom, and no hug and no kiss to say goodbye to the grandmother. I was like, WTF, no goodbye hug. That left me speechless. I feel weird. Because in my country, in Panama, we say see you, need time, or we shake hands, but nothing. Just walks away, leaving now. Oh my God. Okay, this is very interesting experience, and Finns are kind of, well, I wouldn't say weird, but unique in terms of expressing affection to their loved ones. Especially guys don't really do hugs like with their moms or grandparents, especially if there's like some other people around, because they might feel it's kind of awkward and weird to hug. But instead, usually people show their feelings and affection through actions. What do you guys think about this? How would you feel about this? Let me know in the comments below. Well, I was flying to Latvia and I had to go through the Helsinki, and I arrived there and I was a little bit lost, so I went to the people and I wanted to ask, and I was like, "Pratar du svenska?" which means like, "Do you speak Swedish?" in Swedish. He did even not look at me, and then I asked him the same in English and he was like, "Nope." So that was just awkward. It was kind of WTF moment for me, so I had to go to someone else who worked there, and thankfully I got in the right place. Why you might think this is weird, the person who sent me was a native Swedish speaker. Swedish is the second official language here in Finland, so you would assume that, okay, I guess Finns speak Swedish. Well, we have to learn it in school, but the truth is that Swedish is a very like a minor language. There's only like maybe 5 to 10% who can actually speak it well, and there are some Finns who just don't like Swedish language. Having said that, this makes a lot of sense. So they say Finns never approach or talk to anyone. While living in Tampere for a little while, on separate occasions, 2 guys asked me to give them any spare change. It wasn't asking for money that weirded me out, it was the fact that they approached me in the first place that freaked me out. I didn't expect it. There was also one day I was out for a bike ride and everyone I passed kept saying hello. I told my Finnish friends who I was staying with, and I was like, at least 5 people said hello to me today while out on the bike. Weird AF. Oh shit. What this story tells about the Finnishness is that Finns keep their mouth shut, they don't approach unless they mean business. And there are some of these poor people who might beg for like spare change. It happens sometimes, because he really had to get some spare change. He had to approach a stranger, you know, which is very unlike in Finland, but he had to do it. Once I went with my boyfriend to get some hamburgers like on a grill place, and then where he was about to order, he asked me if I wanted milk. I didn't believe Finns would eat it like that, but when I saw a lot of people there eating the hamburger with milk, that's something so weird for me. Awesome. You know, Finns love milk. I've talked about that on the channel before. And Finland is one of the #1 countries in the whole world for drinking milk per capita. And Finns like to drink milk on lunch and dinner, maybe sometimes in the evening too. Like with the grill, when you go to get some fast food after clubs. If you're not really used to drinking milk, you can definitely get some surprise moments here in Finland. It's pretty good stuff. I like the milk myself. After arriving in Finland, I was staying in an apartment hotel, and everything I would see curtains and blinds open in the other blocks of housing and the other homes, chilling naked, walking about, which is no big deal. But one night in the week, I witnessed my first ever orgy. What the hell? I since then never looked and made sure my curtains were always closed. I've seen a lot, but this was something mind-blowing. Oh my goodness. Well, I have heard before that some people telling me that why Finns walk naked in their rooms or in their balconies. You know, Finns are quite comfortable being naked, and sometimes they are a little bit oblivious to the fact that there might be some people actually watching, or maybe they even acknowledge that, but they just don't really care. But the orgy thing was pretty mind-boggling. Here in Istanbul, Turkey, I used to work in this cafe on an island a bit outside of the city last summer. And one day I met this Finnish man at the cafe, and I didn't have much work, so I sat down with him and started a conversation. And boy, did this conversation went all over the place. I mean, we spoke about everything, dude. Topics starting from coffee to tourism to ISIS and bikini models. Haha, good stuff. Afterwards, this man was like, "It was very nice to meet you. Here's my card. If you have any questions about Finland, you can email me at any time." Turns out this guy was the freaking Finnish ambassador in Turkey. Holy moly! And at that exact moment, I was like, holy shit! If Finnish people are this awesome, I want to move there tomorrow. And here I am 6 months later learning about Finnish, applying for scholarships to Finland, and most importantly, following your YouTube channel and Instagram accounts to learn all about Finland. That's awesome. And again, this is a little bit similar like the one with the social studies. He was the freaking ambassador, and he was just chatting with like about bikini models with the cafeteria dude. Isn't that amazing? Finns are just humans, just like anyone else on this planet. It doesn't really matter like who you are, like in terms of social status. it means you can start conversation with anyone. Pretty good stuff, right? What do you think about this? I just thought it was super odd that when I was, for example, trying to enter a store, someone was just standing in the doorway, looking at me, but not even attempting to move. Having to explicitly ask someone if I can pass just felt weird. I think this happened 3 or 4 times during my short trip in Finland. Well, Finns are a little bit bad at the manners department. Sometimes they are just too ignorant about the people around them, and I guess they just want to protect their personal space too much. I'm still horrified by Finns eating pasta with ketchup. And I do that myself too. I can't help it, but I'm trying not to judge, but keeping an open mind when talking about food culture in Northern Europe countries. Well, what can I say? We are not even actually taught in school or whatever that you are not supposed to eat pasta with ketchup. What can I say? Would you like me to do more of this reacting to Finnish experiences? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to understand Finnish people better, watch this video. See you next time. Moi moi.